Michael Turner hurried through the crowded terminal at Los Angeles International Airport with his 7-year-old daughter, Emma. Tightly holding his hand, the departure boards flashed constant updates as hundreds of travelers rushed in every direction. Michael checked his phone again, hoping for good news, but the message from his sister remained the same. His 10-year-old nephew, Jacob, was waiting in a Denver hospital for an emergency bone marrow transplant. After weeks of medical testing, Michael had been identified as the only compatible donor in the family. Doctors had warned that every hour mattered. Any significant delay could reduce Jacob's chances of surviving the complicated procedure. Determined not to let his nephew down, Michael had taken unpaid leave from work and borrowed money for the airline tickets. Missing this flight was simply not an option. Emma noticed the worry on her father's face and gently squeezed his hand. "Uncle Jacob is going to be okay, right?" she asked quietly. Michael forced a reassuring smile despite the fear he carried inside. "We're going to do everything we can," he replied. "That's what families do for each other." Just as they approached the security checkpoint, an announcement echoed through the terminal. Their departure gate had changed because of unexpected air traffic delays. Confused passengers immediately rushed toward the information screens, creating long lines and crowded walkways. Michael searched every display, but could not find the new gate number. Precious minutes slipped away as anxiety continued to build. Looking around for help, he noticed a professionally dressed woman standing near the airline service desk, reviewing documents on a tablet. Surrounded by 2 assistants and security personnel, she appeared to be an experienced business traveler. Michael politely approached her. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said respectfully. "Could you tell me how to get to gate C28? Our flight was changed, and I'm afraid we're running out of time." The woman looked up with a warm smile. She was Olivia founder Bennett, and CEO of one of America's largest technology companies. Although recognized by many around the airport, Michael had no idea who she was. Before Olivia answered, Emma quietly spoke to her father. "Daddy, if we miss the plane, will Jacob have to wait longer for your operation?" Michael knelt beside his daughter. "I hope not, sweetheart," he whispered. "Your cousin is counting on us. I'm the only person who can give him what he needs." Olivia overheard every word. Her expression immediately changed as she realized this was not an ordinary family rushing to catch a flight. She asked a few gentle questions and quickly that Michael was traveling to donate bone marrow to save his young nephew's life. At that very moment, one of Olivia's assistants reminded her that her international flight to Tokyo would begin boarding in less than 15 minutes. The business meeting she was scheduled to attend involved a multi-billion-dollar merger that had taken months to arrange. Olivia looked at Michael, then at Emma, and finally toward the departure board. Without hesitation, she closed her tablet and turned to her assistants. "Cancel my flight," she said calmly. "This family's journey is more important than mine." Everyone around her stared in disbelief, unaware that her extraordinary decision was about to change the lives of 2 families forever. Olivia Bennett wasted no time. The moment she canceled her international flight, she instructed her chief assistant to contact her aviation team and one of the company's private jets for immediate departure to Denver. Airport officials quickly coordinated with the flight crew, while Olivier personally ensured that every clearance was approved without delay. Michael stood speechless, struggling to understand why a complete stranger would postpone a billion-dollar business meeting to help his family. Emma looked up at Olivia with wide eyes and whispered, "Thank you." Olivia smiled gently and replied, "Some opportunities can wait. Saving a child's life cannot." Within 30 minutes, Michael and Emma were escorted through a private terminal and boarded the waiting aircraft. During the flight, Olivia learned more about Michael's life. He worked as a high school science teacher and had raised Emma since his wife's passing several years earlier. Despite financial struggles, he never and had always supported his family whenever they needed him. When doctors discovered he was the only compatible bone marrow donor for his nephew, Michael immediately agreed to the procedure without worrying about missed work or lost income. For him, family always came first. As the private jet landed in Denver, an ambulance was already waiting to take Michael directly to the children's hospital. Doctors and nurses welcomed him with relief, explaining that Jacob's condition had become increasingly critical. During the delay, medical staff immediately prepared Michael for the donation procedure, while Emma stayed safely with her aunt and Olivia in the hospital waiting area. Several anxious hours later, the lead surgeon stepped into the waiting room with a smile. The transplant was successful. He announced everything went as planned and Jacob is responding well. Michael's sister burst into tears and hugged her brother tightly. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Emma ran into her father's arms, proud that he had helped save her cousin's life. Olivia quietly watched the emotional reunion, grateful she had trusted her instincts. News of the extraordinary act soon spread across the country after airport staff and hospital employees shared the remarkable story. Reporters praised Olivia for delaying an important international business deal to help a stranger. But during a press interview, she redirected the attention. "I didn't save Jacob," she said. "Michael did. He never hesitated to risk his comfort, his income, and his time for someone he loved. I simply made sure he arrived when he was needed most." Her words inspired millions across America. Michael returned home as a humble hero, while Olivia gained something far more valuable than another successful business deal: the satisfaction of knowing that compassion had changed a family's future forever. Their unexpected meeting at an airport became a lasting reminder that the greatest measure of success is not the wealth a person builds, but the lives they choose to uplift when it matters most.